Hi guys, it's Nika and I'm back with another speed build. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to post one today simply because this whole month I've had a lot going on. I've been pretty busy. And finally, this week I came home and I have nothing going on. But I don't really feel like recording. Yesterday, I almost kind of felt like maybe I am near a burnout. So I don't want to risk that. But no, eventually, at that same day, yesterday, later in the afternoon, I was like, you know what? I was going to build a pride park or something like that. I really wanted to build that, and this is the last weekend of June. So let's just try something. And so, yeah, here we are. This is my pride build for this year. It is I called it a Pride Boulevard. I'm not sure if it's a boulevard. But yeah, so it's like a little celebration place where, I don't know, Vindenberg's Pride event would take place. I don't know, something like that maybe. And at first I set it to be a park, but then I realized it doesn't really fit my vision. Like, well, not to say I had a vision, but like when you look at the requirements for the park, there was so much stuff that I didn't want on my lot. So later on, I changed the lot type to bar, I think. And yeah, that suited it so much better, even though I don't really see this place as a bar. Like, a bar is just one part of the lot, and then there is so much more. There's a lot of dance floors. There is a little like art part of this place. There are some food stalls. It's more like festival grounds, I would call it. I don't think we have a lot type like that, even though we have a lot of festivals. But yeah, it's definitely a place for festivals, and I feel like it could easily be redecorated for other events as well if you wanted it to. It's just that I built it with Pride Month in my mind, so it's Pride themed, but definitely I feel like it could be easily changed. I can see it being like redecorated for like a Christmas market or something like that in winter. So yeah. Also, I'm going to apologize real quick. Well, I'm gonna apologize for two things because as you can see, as you can hear, my voice is betraying me again. Nothing new, but like, why is it doing it now? I should be okay. I was sick last month and I think I am mostly okay now. So what is my voice doing now? No, but the first thing I wanted to apologize for. So these past 3 days I have recorded a few voiceovers and they were all so bad. I recorded a voiceover for yesterday's video, and then I recorded some created some videos that I think will be coming next week, I think, and all the voiceovers are so bad, so much worse, I think, than what I put out before June, because as I said, I was really busy in June. I didn't really have too much time to record. Usually I record every morning or every other morning, and I didn't do that in June because I wasn't at home. I was away. I was with my grandma, and even if I brought my mic over there, I didn't have time to record. We were doing other things. And I feel like I'm so out of practice. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm not, maybe you will think that this voiceover is just fine, but I feel like I'm doing such a bad job. Oh my god. So yeah, if it's not just me, if it's actually bad, I'm so sorry. But anyway, I hope you all had a great June. I hope you all had a great Pride Month, whether you are out or not. And if you're not out, don't worry about it. Like, safety comes first, and if you're scared to come out, even if you feel like it would go well, but you're just not sure and you just feel like it's better for you to stay in the closet, that's completely fine, and I totally get you. In fact, I'm in the same boat. Like, I feel like despite my parents being a little homophobic sometimes, I feel like it would be fine if I came out to them, but also I feel like it would change everything. And at the moment, I am not ready for a change. I'm already going through a lot. So I'm putting off the coming out thing to the future. Maybe I will never come out, and honestly, that's fine. I don't really feel like doing it, to be honest. Like, I don't really feel like it's important for me. If it's important for you and you struggle with having to be in the closet, I'm so sorry, and I'm sure your time will come. And yeah, I love you so much, and I'm here for you. We can talk about it, I guess. I mean, I'm not really a good therapist friend, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really good at giving advices, and I'm not really good at being supportive, I feel like. But you can just turn to me and know that even if I don't respond for days, I will be listening and I will think of you. And yeah, you matter so much, and I love you. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I just shout out to all my fellow closeted queers, I guess. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not in the closet on the internet, but the internet is a vastly different space. Like, everyone is a little more confident on the internet, right? You can just hide behind the screen and it's fine. And for me, this is like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like this whole like Sims community thing I have. I don't want to say I have like a secret identity, but it's like, no, it's not. I honestly, I feel like the way I act on the internet, like the kind of personality that you see here on YouTube and maybe on Twitter or on Discord. I started using Discord more again. I finally learned to use it again. No, but this, what you see on the internet, I feel like that is much more closer to my actual personality. In my real life, I feel like I'm wearing a mask, and not just in terms of pretending to be straight and but like I feel like I wear a mask that hides literally everything about me. I don't talk about my interests in real life, or just sometimes when I know that the person I'm talking to loves it too, I would talk to them about that. For example, I can talk about metal or rock music with my dad to an extent, about our favorite bands, because we share a lot of favorite bands. But for example, I also happen to really like Taylor Swift. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I like both metal music and Taylor Swift. It just sort of happened. I have no one to talk to about Taylor Swift, and honestly, I don't really want to talk about this here. I don't want to talk about it at all, because I don't want to like jinx myself and having it not work bad. Obviously, Taylor just announced dates for her international shows, for her international tour. She's not coming to Prague. I was definitely being a clown thinking she would come to Prague, but she's coming to Vienna. I am not sure if I'm saying it right. To Wien. I'm for some reason I only remember the German name. She's coming to Austria, and Austria is really close from my home. It's like maybe 2 or 3 hours to the capital of Austria. And so I when I saw that she's playing there, I was like, oh my god, we could go there. I could go there, but who do I go with? So I asked my sibling, and I wasn't expecting much because they are not a Taylor fan. They like different music, but they said they would go, which surprised me. But now I'm kind of like worried, like I'm pushing them to go to some concert they don't care about. It's an expensive concert. I mean, I would pay for the tickets. I have some money saved, and I'm totally gonna spend it to see Taylor. But yeah, I feel a little bad because they're not a fan, and yeah, I went off topic. I didn't want to talk about Taylor Swift now, but yeah, I don't really talk about my interests with anyone in real life. Obviously, I don't talk about my sexuality with anyone in real life. The closest I might get to is when I'm like, well, I don't feel like I'm ever gonna date anyone, or when I joke about that, because wait, I'm not sure if I can say that. Well, I'm gonna say it, because she doesn't watch this, and like anyway, my really close friend is pregnant right now, and I keep joking about that if I ever get pregnant, it would be a Jesus situation, if you know what I mean. So that's like the closest I get to talk about my sexuality, because as you may know, I'm asexual and biromantic, but like the sex thing is like, no, no, I don't want to talk about that. I can talk about my characters doing that stuff to an extent, but I can't imagine myself in that situation. No, no. Can we change the subject? I don't. How did I get here? This truly was an asexual talking about sex, huh? So, anyway, June, Pride Month. I hope you all are proud of yourself. I hope you all are proud of your identity and you keep fighting every day for, gosh, this is going so wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm now like laughing at my own awkwardness, but yeah, you guys, I hope you are proud of yourself despite everything that is going on in the world. I feel like the world is quite a scary place for a queer person right now. There's a lot going on, and obviously, I don't know about every single country in the world, and it's very easy to get news from the United States because it's the United States. Like, you have to know what's going on there. I mean, it's not like you have to know, but whether you want or not, you're gonna hear about what's happening in the United States. And if I was a queer person living in the United States, I would be so freaking scared right now. Like, they're going after trans people right now, which, with the way I present my gender and with the way I identify, I think I would be fine for now. But I know that if they succeed, they will not stop at trans people, and we need to fight with trans people. We need to help them. We need to support them, because eventually they are gonna come for us all. Like, don't think that if we sacrifice the T, they will not come for the LGB. So yeah, I don't want to keep talking about like sad, scary things, so I think I'm gonna cut it here and we're gonna go to some other topic. But I just want to say, trans people, I love you, you matter, you belong in this world, and I'm gonna keep fighting alongside you for as long as you need it. I can't do much, but you have my full support, and I love you. It's kind of weird to me thinking about how 5 years ago I came to terms with being queer. At that time, I identified as bisexual, and when I came to terms with it, and when I finally found some pride in it, this month to me was actually really about rainbows and celebrations, and it was 2018, 2018, if you will, and so it was like I really at that point didn't focus on the fact that it's a struggle as well, and so many people are struggling, and I'm in quite a lucky situation with both how I identify and present myself and how a lot of things aren't all that important for me, like about my identity. That's complicated. Like, my gender, I don't want to talk about it because that shit is complicated, and at the end of the day, my gender doesn't matter to me. Genuinely, that's like my stance on my gender. I don't care. So 5 years ago, I only saw the celebration, and I didn't really think about the bad stuff, about like the, I guess, downsides. Like, the biggest downside to being queer that I saw was the fact, and I talked about it in yesterday's video, the fact that my country doesn't have same-sex marriage, and 5 years later we still don't have it. That was like my number one issue. Like, I thought same-sex marriage would solve everything and there would be equality and we're done. We don't need to keep fighting anymore. But 5 years later, I realized just how much work we have to do still, and how, yeah, we have to keep fighting. I don't know. I said I wouldn't talk about sad, scary things, but here we are. But yeah, I Even though I talked about all of this and I wasn't the most positive person in this video, I do hope, and I've said this already, I hope you had a great June. I hope you are proud of yourself. I hope you are safe. I really hope you are safe. And if things are scary right now, if you feel like you cannot be yourself, I hope that one day in the future you will not have to worry about it anymore. Yeah, and I think I will leave it at that, because I kind of want to start crying. I don't know. This is the first time I'm like really talking about this. A lot of these things is something that I've thought about a lot, but this is the first time I'm actually saying the words out loud. And my God, it has some power. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this build. It will be on the gallery for you to download if you want to take your Sims to celebrate Pride there. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone.